The year was 2018, a pivotal moment that sparked a major economic clash. The Trump administration imposed tariffs on Chinese goods, aiming to address perceived trade imbalances. This set off a trade war, a series of retaliatory measures that reverberated globally. The objective? To safeguard American industries and jobs, revitalizing the manufacturing sector. However, the conflict soon spread, drawing American farmers into a battle they didn't start, leaving them exposed and anxious. In response, China targeted American agricultural exports, hitting rural America hard. Soybeans, a crucial American crop, became a focal point, representing the broader agricultural challenges. China, once the top buyer of American soybeans, significantly cut its imports, creating a substantial market gap. American farmers, heavily dependent on this export market, watched helplessly as their livelihoods were jeopardized, their futures uncertain. This conflict wasn't just economic, it was about national pride and political maneuvering, with neither side willing to yield. The trade war turned into a high-stakes standoff, with American farmers caught in the middle, their lives at risk. The impact was immediate and severe, sending shockwaves through America's heartland, transforming rural communities. Families and communities that had prospered for generations now faced an uncertain future, their way of life threatened by external forces. The trade war's effects reached beyond the fields, impacting local economies and small businesses, creating a nationwide ripple effect. As the conflict continued, pressure mounted on political leaders to find a solution, but the way forward remained unclear. Ultimately, the trade war highlighted the interconnectedness of global economies and the profound consequences of political decisions. Once a powerhouse of American agriculture, soybean exports have taken a nosedive. Warehouses are now brimming with unsold beans, a stark consequence of the trade war. Prices have plummeted, leaving farmers grappling with significant income losses. The Midwest, America's agricultural heartland, bore the brunt of this downturn. Farmers who invested heavily in land, machinery, and seeds now face a grim reality. Their once lucrative soybean crops are now worth just a fraction of their previous value. The trade war has highlighted the fragility of American agriculture, overly dependent on a single export market. Farmers, who once relied on the stability of global trade, now find themselves at the mercy of political decisions. The future of American soybean farming, once bright and promising, has become increasingly uncertain. Financial pressures on American farmers have escalated. Many farmers had secured loans to buy land, machinery, and supplies, relying on the steady demand for soybean exports. Now, with prices dropping and debts increasing, they found it hard to survive. Foreclosures and bankruptcies became a harsh reality for numerous farming families. Generations of labor and commitment were jeopardized by the economic impact of the trade war. The stress was evident, affecting the mental and physical health of farmers nationwide. The agricultural community, once a symbol of strength and resilience, now faced an unprecedented crisis. For many farmers, the American dream was fading, replaced by feelings of despair and uncertainty. With American soybean exports declining, Brazil, an emerging agricultural giant, capitalized on the situation. Leveraging its vast arable land and favorable climate, Brazil boosted soybean production to satisfy China's growing demand. Chinese buyers, keen to diversify away from American soybeans, turned to Brazil as a dependable source. Brazilian soybean exports soared, filling the gap left by the United States. The trade war inadvertently shifted the dynamics of the global soybean market. Brazil's rise as a leading soybean producer underscored the intense competition in the global market. It was a clear reminder that trade wars can have unexpected outcomes, often benefiting rivals at the expense of the initiators. Section 5. Bailout Battle. A Nation Divided. The struggles of American farmers, burdened by the trade war, sparked a heated debate over government intervention. The trade war had left many farmers in desperate situations, with their futures uncertain. The economic pressure was intense, and the need for a solution became more urgent each day. The call for a bailout, a financial lifeline to help farmers survive the crisis, grew stronger. Farmers, who had long been the backbone of the American economy, found themselves in a vulnerable position. The idea of a bailout was seen as a crucial step to prevent the agricultural sector from collapsing entirely. Advocates argued that a bailout was necessary to protect a vital industry, one that played a key role in the American economy and food security. They stressed that without immediate help, the consequences would extend far beyond the farming community, potentially leading to higher food prices and shortages. They highlighted the devastating impact of lost export markets, falling commodity prices, and increasing debt as reasons for government assistance. The financial strain was not just a temporary issue, but a looming crisis that threatened the very fabric of rural America. Critics argued that a bailout would misuse taxpayer money, set a dangerous precedent, and reward poor planning. They believed such measures would only foster dependency on government aid, rather than encouraging resilience and innovation within the farming community. They contended that farmers should adapt to changing market conditions, diversify their crops, and explore new markets instead of relying on government handouts. By adopting new agricultural practices and technologies, farmers could become more self-sufficient and less susceptible to external shocks. The bailout debate revealed deep divisions within American society, reflecting differing views on the role of government, the importance of free markets, and the challenges facing rural America. It underscored the contrasting perspectives between urban and rural populations, and the ongoing struggle to find common ground in addressing the issues faced by the nation's farmers. The debate was not just about economics, but about the values and principles that define the American way of life. Section 6. Nature adds insult to injury. On top of the trade war challenges, American farmers faced another adversary, Mother Nature. Climate change intensified extreme weather events, making them more frequent and severe, devastating crops and livestock. Floods drowned fields, droughts dried up the soil, and heat waves burned crops. The erratic weather added another layer of uncertainty to an already fragile situation. Farmers, already struggling with the economic impact of the trade war, now faced the front lines of a shifting climate. These extreme weather events had repercussions beyond the farm, influencing food prices, supply chains, and the livelihoods of many Americans. The link between climate change, agriculture, and the economy became clearer, calling for a comprehensive and coordinated response. Chapter 7. A looming cloud of uncertainty. As the trade war continued, a shadow of doubt loomed over the American agricultural industry. Farmers, who were once confident in their future plans, now found themselves in a state of constant uncertainty, unsure of what the next season or political decision might bring. The absence of a clear direction, combined with unpredictable market conditions and the looming threat of climate change, fostered a sense of unease and anxiety. Investment in new equipment, technology, and infrastructure slowed as farmers took a cautious, wait-and-see approach. This uncertainty spread beyond the farms, impacting rural communities, agricultural businesses, and the wider economy. The once thriving agricultural sector, a pillar of the American economy, now faced an unpredictable future. Section 8. Seeking a path forward. The hurdles facing American agriculture call for bold and innovative solutions. As we look ahead, it's evident that traditional farming methods and agricultural management are no longer enough to meet the increasing demands and evolving challenges of our era. Tackling the trade war's repercussions, mitigating climate change impacts, and ensuring the long-term sustainability of the agricultural sector will require a comprehensive approach. This includes not only immediate crisis responses, but also long-term strategies that can adapt to changing conditions and unforeseen challenges. Diversifying export markets, investing in agricultural research and development, promoting sustainable farming practices, and providing adequate disaster relief are just some of the steps needed to navigate the turbulent waters ahead. By opening new markets, we can reduce dependency on any single trade partner and spread risk more evenly across the global economy. Collaboration between farmers, policymakers, scientists, and consumers will be crucial in forging a path forward. This collaboration must be built on mutual respect and a shared vision for a sustainable and prosperous agricultural future. By working together, we can leverage the strengths and expertise of each group to create innovative solutions that benefit everyone. The future of American agriculture hangs in the balance. The decisions we make today will have far-reaching consequences for generations to come. It's not just about the economic viability of farming, it's about preserving a way of life and ensuring food security for the nation. The choices made today will determine not only the fate of farmers and rural communities, but also the resilience of the nation's food supply and the health of the planet. Sustainable practices, technological advancements, and community support are all critical components of a thriving agricultural sector. The time for action is now. We must seize this moment to implement changes that will secure a better future for all. By taking decisive steps today, we can ensure that American agriculture remains robust, resilient, and ready to meet the challenges of tomorrow.